Blunder Blunder. Yeah, that could be my middle name too. Okay, we got a Ruy Lopez here, I guess. Yeah. He lets me do it. Plays the old Steinitz defense. Yeah, let's just trade off his good bishop and try and play for a little extra space on the queenside. He can push the f-pawn forward to undermine my center, so I was wondering if there was something I could do to control the f5 square. Looks like he's going for f4. Let's bring my pieces out. If his knight goes to f4, I think I'll just trade it off. Okay, yeah, maybe I should just expand on the queenside here. Just play b, b4, c5, just push. Castle first, I guess. Now, I could take that, or I could kick. But if I kick it now, he'll go to h3, and then I can't castle. I'm going to take it. That was the plan, and then I'll castle. So I can defend the e-pawn, and now my plan is to push the e-pawn forward. Open up the center while his king is still in the middle. He should castle, I guess. But maybe developing is reasonable too. I'm still going to put my rook here. If he puts his bishop on f6, I can still push that pawn. He takes, I take with the knight. So let's go ahead and do that now. Got to strike quick in the center because he's going to start attacking on my king side here. Queen to d4 is an interesting idea, with the idea of pushing this pawn forward, attacking his queen and attacking his rook. But he could play bishop f6, which counterattacks my queen. Let's see, I take his queen. He takes my queen, I take his bishop. So I guess that would work out okay for me. But this is a different story. Now he's attacking my knight. Could attack the queen first. He's got to respond to that and then move the knight. The knight can go to e5. e4, d4. That's d4, hitting the queen. And then he can take my c-pawn, I guess. I think I'll let him have the c-pawn. It's a bit dangerous. These knights are weak on this diagonal after he plays bishop f6. Where else could I go with that knight? It's kind of the only move, isn't it? Because here, yeah, it's not quite. If I put the knight there and he takes, I don't have queen to. I don't have queen to d7 check until he moves his queen away. And queen here attacking the rook is going to be met with bishop here. I could then bring my queen over here. And, yeah, I kind of like that. So queen here attacking the rook. Takes my, if he takes my knight, I will take his rook. If he plays bishop to f6, I'll play queen takes f4. But then I have to figure out how to chase that bishop away. I was thinking, get my queen into f7. That was my big idea there. He didn't play, he put the knight there. Okay, well, now I can move my knight away. Get my knight to f7. Before he could have just taken with the bishop. So if he castles here, then knight f7 is a fork. If he doesn't castle, then knight f7 will prevent him from castling. At least it'll prevent him from castling queenside. And maybe encourage him to move this rook. Although the rook on the g file is dangerous, of course. It is a danger. And for the moment, my queen is defending the c-pawn. My knight could hop into d5 there, maybe. This knight to f7, this knight to d5, bring the rooks to the center. Maybe I'm okay. These advanced pawns still have to prove their worth, and they don't have the pieces to back them up at the moment. And this pawn on e6 might be very dangerous. If I can get the right coordination of my pieces. But yeah, knight to d5 looks strong because this knight is pinned on f6. So knight d5, if he takes it, I'll grab the rook with check. So I guess that's even better than knight f7. Well, depending on what he plays. I have to see what black's move here is. Probably he should have taken my knight on the previous move. Or put the bishop here, so I had to move my queen and then take the knight. That would be his best. Yeah, maybe, with the bishop on f6, my queen on f4, maybe then I could play knight to d5, going after that bishop, or knight e4. Going after the bishop there, and then try to get into f7. So maybe there was some counterplay on those lines too. But at least he would have a piece to show for it. Well, I hope this works out. The last time, in the last game, I had an opponent that thought for a long time and came up with a killer move. And there very well could be a killer move here. Just knight there. Okay, so, rook there. Okay, so that unpins his knight. And let's bring my knight back this way, and I'm not sure. The knight. Well, knight on f7. Here or here. It does keep him from castling. And then let's trade off his knight if I can. If he sacks the exchange here, I'll have a nice pin on his bishop there. By sacking the exchange, I mean rook takes knight. pawn takes check. Oh, I guess he takes with a king. Oh, but then I grab here. So he can't do that right away. I was just thinking in general, if he clears the e file by taking on f7, then my rook would be pinning his bishop. But I guess that's not happening here. Okay, so I can take the bishop now. King will go there. Ah, the knight is defending the rook. The knight is a bit loose there. Take here. So what now? I was planning to take on f4, honestly, but the knight covers that. So that's out. Do I have any way to get a piece here? His knight covers that square too. It's what they say about knights being good defenders. It's very true. Okay, bring the other rook into the game, right? Keep this file closed too if I can. See if I can manage that. Might not be easy because he's got two pawns there. This rook is also shutting down the queen's diagonal towards g2, for the moment anyway. So if he pushes the f-pawn, I can play g3. Just lock it up here. I should be okay. But if he pushes the g-pawn, I take. If he pushes the g-pawn, I will take once. Okay, so he decided to give up the exchange there. Entirely reasonable. And then let's double rooks here. But I think that helped me. I think that relieved the pressure here a little bit. And now I'm looking to penetrate on the e file. I don't see how he covers it. Well, he could drop his king back to f8, and then I can't play rook to e8 because his queen and rook are on it. But I could play rook to e7. Maybe take on h7 and bring the other rook in. Yeah, I've been getting into some tough attacking games. I don't think it's my fault. It must be my opponents, right? They just going for the attack. And well, you gotta fight back. Yeah, there he goes. So I thought I would take once. And now I can throw in a check first. And then I was just going to push this pawn forward to keep those files closed. So there's this diagonal which my queen is guarding, and there's this diagonal here, which I've covered the 4 squares, so his knight's not coming in here, and I'm blocking the queen on that diagonal. But his knight is covering so many good squares. Well, this is different. So if I just take his rook and come in here with check. Let's see, is there some clever mate here? If I come in here with check first and check with the rook, he just walks out, so I don't see a clever mate. So rook takes rook, king takes, I assume. Queen h8 check. King is going to be forced to come out on the f-file, right? Because the check here, the rook is guarding this line. So he will go to f7. And I've got queen e8 check. And he can go back to one of these dark squares. This is hanging. This is hanging. If I could take that with check somehow, it would all work out. I could go here with check. Well, let's start playing it. I think I can get back in time to defend this rook. So I should be okay. Yeah, because queen... no, I can't go there with the queen. Can't go there with the queen. I can check here. That's what I can do. Queen takes h7 check. Will defend my rook. And it happens with check. The knight there. Now I can check with the rook. Which will drive the king away from the knight. And so I can take the knight, and then what happens? Does he have a check that mates me or anything? Check on this diagonal forces me to the corner, and then he can threaten to come in here. But I don't think it can all be done with check. Yeah, he can do that. But his next move is not going to be mate on the back rank. It's going to be something else. And, oh, he covers that. I was going to mate him. And he covered that. So let's check here. And where is the king running to? That's what I thought, but it has nowhere to go from there. Except back, and then the queen. Once again, he's got that covered there, huh? How annoying that is. Just get the queens off. And we will call that a game. Okay, well, that was pretty interesting. I guess I will upload this one, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.